The energy intelligence, intelligence energy, is the self. And this intelligence energy is pure knowing. There's no one there that knows. There's no one that knows that it knows. That's the mind that enters. It's the mind that knows and doesn't know. But this pure knowledge is prior to knowing and not knowing. This pure knowledge does not, it's paradoxical. It doesn't know. It's knowledge itself. Are we all in on this? It behooves us, certainly, abiding as the awareness, as the intelligence energy, and allowing only that to be, as we're not identifying with anything else, is nothing wrong with that. That's good. At the same time, be present in the exchange that is happening as it can clear up any concepts that we may be carrying around with regard to it. Because the communication can itself be, and is, a pointing to this very knowingness. So that the knowingness is yours without there being an I there that it is you. What is significant is for making it yours, meaning you can't make it yours, you recognize it as the awareness, as the knowledge, the knowing, as the being, as the truth. So like when the Master Jesus said, you will know the truth. See, in the knowing of this truth, in this knowing of the truth, there's freedom. There's freedom from false or wrong identification. And this wrong or false identification is itself a problem. If we let go of this wrong or false identification, which is what? It's just this individual sense of I, this believed scenario, this believed role that we're identified with and think is me, well, this history that we really believe is me, with all the dynamics that goes with the okay and not okay, the self-image that is included in all of that. When we let go of all of that, all of this identification with who we think we are, and recognize that that's not the self we actually are, then there's liberation. Until then, there's no liberation. And the paradox of it is, there is no liberation other than this. Did we get that? See? Until we get this, there's no liberation. And when we get this, there's no liberation. Because it's what is. And it's always been what is. So this looking for liberation is nothing more than the letting go of what we're not, so that that which we are reveals itself as it is. Freedom is always already our true nature. It always has been. But if we're identified with what we're not, if we're identified with the body and the mind, the history of the body, the contents of the mind, all the thoughts, patterns, beliefs, concepts that fill the mind, all of the recorded events, experiences, dynamics, behavior patterns of the body, we're identified with all of that as who we are. We call it me, this believed individual, this believed person, this believed self, little s, ego, personality. We all know the words. Equality. If that's what we're identified with, if that's what we continue to support, engage in, prolong our identification with it, make it last because we think that's who we are, and if we don't have that, we ain't got anything. That's the suffering. But when we get it, simply that that's all false, that's all false. That's not who we are. This that we are is prior to this body-mind identification. It's the awareness itself that has always been, always will be. It's universal, it's not personal. It's omnipresent, it's everywhere present. It's omniscient, it's all-knowing. And it's omnipotent. It's all the energy, all the power there ever was or will be for any intention or purpose or ability or whatever. It's what holds it all together. In other words, the self we really are is what's been holding it all together. The self we think we are that's been holding it all together hasn't been holding it all together. Or it's been holding together the suffering. we get it? Then what else is there to get? Nothing. This is the sum and substance of it. Happiness is our true nature. So remain here and be happy. Namaste.
Namaste.